on the second and third objectives.
I would never, no, I don't collect cards. I just have cards from when I was a kid. I would never give anyone my, you grade it in front of me. I will never be like, oh, here's my cards, grade them and send them back to me. Nope. I don't trust people, bro. I don't trust people.
Everyone else is kind of,
I don't even trust you guys. If I was hanging off the edge of a cliff and you guys were the only one there, chat, to save me, I'd probably just let go.
And it's also for the mid-season finals, first time that we've had like a completely mirrored draft as well. It was in a different order, just clocked it now, but I'm sure that's
I'm pretty sure PSA is like, I've heard PSA was like one of those companies where if you know someone, you could get them probably graded well, but if you don't know anyone, you just send your cards in, you're probably going to get shit.
Just constantly being able to mark these zones. It would appear that Days did not manage to grab the Winch one they were looking for.
Again, it's just that first fight, just not quite missing, but they're disciplined enough to actually give it a little bit of respite, but you've got to let the devil out used on the other side.
Illicit moving in, trying to get those debuffs in, and Scalagenji can't receive any healing despite Valentina Eve erecting the invisible boundary. Forky Dog around the outside still has the backup button in the form of the Fate of Both Worlds, and seeing Svald engage their own, is going to move forward with the remainder of Swamp Gaming. Crashback, oh, instantly grabbed by the glass rocks, but the burst damage is not there, and knocking people outside of the radius of the invisible boundary means that it's
Hulk gameplay is some of the best gameplay to watch, bro. It's so entertaining.
Is the portal coming through from Scalagenji, and that's going to mean reinforcements for Swamp Gaming are going to be coming through rapidly. A quick assault onto the Magneto and into the Elsa trap as well. Still, the fear is placed into the hearts of Over Ultra Gaming, and it's a dominant performance for the Swamp.
Like I said, Swamp Gaming even dedicating the portal to just make sure that that fight that was going away from them actually goes into their favor. Melophobia just getting a lot of picks just off of the left and right clicks alone means that the Apex Predator is the only ultimate in hand, but maybe the only ultimate they need because OUG have struggled to actually set up for these engagements onto the point after they've lost it.
Illicit having moved away now from the Daredevil onto the Sarlacc for that mid-range supremacy when it comes to potentially quick assassinations, but Days still has their passive and so still has a license to be a touch more aggressive. Might want to grab the Magni too early. You see Ninja got temporarily stunned. I think they may have been pulled free via disaster, but they have lost so much in the way of space. Melophobia.
Oh, Melophobia's running it, bro. He's running it.
Developing a new phobia here, not of Melo, but of a Swamp.
Man just leaping in over on this Hulk of Ultra Gaming. It just feels like we haven't quite seen like the things that got them here. That
the cameras are a little messed up right now, chat.
They've been very dominant on this map over in that China like section of Ignite. Swamp Gaming are just not giving them any space, and right now it's just disengaging as much as possible, having ultimates, but this right now needs to be OUG making the first move.
They conduct towards the back, a huge strike onto Svald via the last stand. If you're going to get one, you want it to be the Lunar Snow. She's so valuable in the midst of these fights. Scalagenji just continuing to force out these resources just to try and remove him from the high ground, and holding all this space just means Swamp going to get more and more percentage.
Really, it's just a case of timing. Scalagenji saying in the interview is just playing our
Hopefully
game.
OUG bans the Wolverine.
With the ban hammer to triangle for the pick, but Illicit goes down, so it's already a 5 versus 6.
What was it, chat? Ban Wolverine. There was another character that he plays a lot, right? It was like Wolverine and like Daredevil?
To dispense in. The bullying of the Venom right now is over the top. Tries to swing away, dragged back in by the Sonic Vortex. Cast fall from the hands of the Wizard. Wen Zhuan's going to be equally unlucky as the Eye of Agamotto is opened. Taro Cookie stunned, soul separated from body, and the dark energies wreck the nerves of Natasha Romanoff. She wasn't trained for this in the Red Room, and you weren't trained to deal with the Swamp, as Swamp Gaming dominates on our first map.
The first time that we've seen him on the international stage, and the perfect way to start. Some moments it looked a little bit rocky, but it really is just nitpicking. They were very much in full control there. And finally seeing Fox be able to just sort of put it on the stage and show that, like, this squad, he rates his players highly in every little tier list that he puts out. Now's a good chance to show it against a region that is often underestimated, but in this map in particular, like, they just could not get going.
Forky Dog managed to walk away with our MVP there on the Lunar Snow.
Damn,
certainly
bro.
Was being very strategic when it came to the use of those ultimates, being able to outpace Svald significantly, as well as call for Swamp Gaming to continually make good disengages happen from these strategist ultimate fights, and then be able to reaggress with their own.
What is up, Jay? What's up?
There was no choice but for Over Ultra Gaming to fight in the capacity.
Why is there
like
such
in the
a
zone
huge difference
that they had, because
NA
they need to keep the point contested?
And I think from
Asia
like
and
speaking
NA
to people,
EMEA.
either the other
Wasn't-
talent that does the Americas region, or even the players themselves, when it comes to a player,
I don't know if this is true or not, but wasn't Marvel Rivals released in EMEA and NA first? So
it shows that things are going to be good for them. But looking onto this like second map, choice of OUG,
I feel like
it has been Midtown over in
yeah,
China.
I feel like it was released. I mean, I'm not really gonna say that's an
excuse,
excuse, but it was released later.
And I think if there's a chance, you need to sort of
Asia.
throw a couple of curveballs, hope for the best, which makes me think it's just going to be Museum of Contemplation, because why not? It's always Museum of Contemplation.
We'll dive into our replays here, and I imagine there's going to be a lot of melophobia within these hallowed halls. Wenjuan just had such a bad time. Your means of mitigating the Wolverine off the back of that double leap gifted over by the fastball special are so few and far between. You only get a singular leap of your own to try and disengage, and well,
they need to optimize their games for internet cafes. Also, I heard that someone said earlier that a lot of the internet cafes can't run Marvel Rivals because it's a very, you know, it's a very stressful game on your computer.
Not quite a warm-up, not really a rehearsal, but it's just playing these kind of games, focusing on it, and just the way that this team have actually been able to just like focus on what we need to do. It's a different environment, sure, but it's a game that we've played thousands of times. This map we played hundreds of times. These characters,
which is actually pretty true.
Dozens of times potentially.
I bought a new computer to stream Marvel Rivals, so
little eliminations going against them show that like.
Oh man, I feel so sad.
They know how they can play.
It fogged up. He's 21-0. My goodness, this Luna is contributing to a lot of frags, and honestly, a lot of it is in the damage blocks.
Luna has 5,284 damage.
Barely touched. I don't know if Taro Cookie and Alyssa even registered the existence of
their tank player had 5,000 damage. 5,248.
Like rocket and stuff, so he's elusive to say the very least. So I imagine that even though it's a Luna, she's probably just up on the ceiling, just skating across the railings here in the arena. But as you see behind me, Midtown is going to be the choice. Like I said, undefeated for OUG across this year in the China region. But now that we're going internationally, you're going up against another team that's undefeated here. Probably feeling and expecting this was the map going to come up.
This
was the gem.
The map where OUG captured many hearts back in their previous round of MASH and DRP off the back of Milan rounds.
Nice, what did you do?
We'll see if Illicit can capture the same magic.
Ooh.
The super button's undone now for Forks. He's feeling casual, comfortable. They are right back where they want to be.
How much were you curling?
Finals,
90s?
There was a bit of Blade that was on this map, and it was actually Daze that was using
Emily said she was curling chat at the gym. She said they don't have enough weight. She was doing the 120-pound dumbbells for 35 reps.
Maybe another technical issue on the side of OUG as the coach overlooks a potential technical issue. We'll make sure that everyone's squared away. We want even Stevens games here, but I think as far as Swamp are concerned, they do not want any fairness in the war.
What do you mean cap?
They just want to keep their boot on the neck.
I remember driving with Emily one day, and we saw a car flipped over, and then Emily actually got out of the car. I parked. Emily got out of the car, and the other car was on top of someone, and Emily actually picked up the car above her head, shoulder pressed it a few times, and threw the car, and saved the people that was trapped under. True story. I would have recorded it, but I was actually in awe because I was like, holy shit. How is she lifting the car? I was just in shock.
Full stop. But like when he needs to show up as that coach, as sort of the leader of the team, he does that, and everybody just falls in line with him very easily. This whole team is so well connected. Just the whole squad.
I saw the guy she saved on the car.
Surprising to see a team that is sort of like middle of the pack in Americas last year stick together for one and actually grind their way to being behind some of just the best teams and players put together from this Team Liquid Citadel. It's pretty much accreditation itself for Swamp that they got this far. You know, that they grew this much when they were given the space, and I hope more Orgs learn that lesson.
This is not the last match of the day. This is the last match of the upper bracket, and then we go to the lower bracket, which is first game is going to be 100 Thieves against Gen G. That's going to be a really good game, and it's not a best of 3 like these matches are. It's going to be a best of 5. Whoever loses, we will see go home, chat. There are already teams that are going home.
That backline really changed up the tempo and the spirit of this team.
Does Emily need help opening jars of pickles? No.
Not kicking the entire team to the curb.
The jar of pickles are actually scared of Emily.
Of the talent that you've already scouted.
Yeah, it's just a head-down approach, which is not
one time
America's approach. I think
Emily's actually banned from doing push-ups because one time she did a push-up. Did you guys know we actually used to have 23-hour days? Emily did one push-up, changed the trajectory of the planet. Now we have 24-hour days.
Being benched and dropped and Illicit coming in that's been the main roster move. Most of these guys have not only stayed on from 2025, the earlier invitationals that we saw in Rivals, it was still OUG.
Yeah, Tara Cookie in particular, very tenured player when it comes to
okay, Chuck Norris? No. We all make Chuck Norris jokes, but did you know that Chuck Norris actually made Emily jokes?
A bunch of Chinese scenes. And we are going to be looking at Tara Cookie to really be one of our
Chuck Norris was the Emily was the only person Chuck Norris was afraid of.
Over Swamp Gaming, who are coming into this as far as the audience are concerned as heavy favorites.
And I think we've heard a lot of teams in interviews sort of say that like scrimming, you have seen the likes of like Gingy scrim up against like across the globe in Europe or Americas on 200 ping, just to get that experience and not show stuff in your own region. But it's a bit of a harder story for the likes of like China's region because you tend to be on a completely like separate client, right? So it can be a little bit more difficult to have these like international scrims, and even then you're playing on ping, and if you're like an EMEA or Americas region and you're seeing how well China performs at these international events, you go in, we'd rather not. You know, it's one of those ones that it's like you almost get isolated in there.
Jay, I have a haircut on Saturday during the matches. Saturday is the last day, though. You can't do that. Would you mind?
And a lot of the
what would you do if I got my hair at my barber to sub you?
Hair shooters is all just mechanics. So get into the aim trainers. Make
Ask
sure
your
that
barber
you're,
if
like,
my
firing.
hair is good or not.
Some of those players from yesterday, for example, with Karisu, show up in that fashion, but it's just the meta, the whole like game sense, what you want to do in draft, those kind of areas that they can be left behind from a team like Swamp that have been very good at trying to lead with stuff like Triple Vanguard.
Yeah, like as you said, it can be quite an isolated region. It means you don't have quite as much cross-pollination of things like meta picks, ban lines, or even just like generalized game fundamental theories like space control, the exchange of resources for others. Like a lot of this comes
there's
natural
a lot
when you're
of
playing
there's more technical issues today than there was
like
on the first
day. And like little small details which maybe aren't as internalized when you don't get to interact as much with the teams that are outside of your localized region, which can create these kind of feedback loops when, hey, we're winning while doing this team's also winning while doing this. We'll just continue working on that.
I think whilst we have some time to fill, I do want to do a bit of a thought experiment, get everybody's opinion on this, to be fair.
Just YouTube has technical issues too?
Yeah.
Two English.
What do you mean YouTube?
World Cup, football. Everybody likes football. America's, just as Canada, US, and Mexico did a great job hosting it. Who's your, like, 11 from Marvel Rivals characters? Who's going in goal?
By 11?
Yeah.
Who's going in goal?
What does 11 mean?
Oh, man.
I want to see who, like, just people, like, just at Marvel Rivals on, like, social media just put together your best.
Okay, hear me out here, Reed Richards. Like, if Bro just stretches into a rectangle in front of the goal and, like, gets some thickness on him so that it can't pass the line, like, I feel like Reed Richards has everything he needs to be a top-tier goalkeeper. And by everything he needs, I mean incredible superpowers.
Because you're a 4 player, you'd no doubt put him in the team. Would you put him as, like, centre-back, or would you put him as, like, a Harry Kane forward?
I mean, like, his ability to go high with Mjolnir and catch a very deep pass and then put some real force on it. I think I put him in the striker role.
You could get into the whole like tiki-taka false 9, just all sorts of stuff. I don't know where I'd put, like, I think Black Panther would be a good like left wing.
Really?
I feel like he's just
I'm feeling midfielder.
pacey.
Like he's got some pace on him, and like obviously like Black Panther very good at moving silently. Is able to sneak up on those marks pretty easily, maybe find a 2v1.
Hopefully we should be back into game soon.
Yeah, no, I think all of the audience want us to continue this conversation.
That other game, well, it's just like the sport that isn't really our sport.
Hey, appreciate SHS.
The masses have been yearning for this, Ryan.
HTY.
But, I mean, let's have more Brits talking about things that don't matter, please.
Yep. And we've had to like acclimatize to that.
Hey, there you go.
The only way that
Notice how there's more fans in the crowd because it's 3 o'clock now. Maybe people are getting off of work and stuff.
I mean, I feel like America Man is he's gestating, you know?
Yeah.
Like with every victory, he grows stronger. It's like a full moon, but it starts to pass faster and faster as things start to heat up here at mid-season finals.
He is my sleep paralysis demon as of right now, but we are igniting the time stream and getting into the game very soon, so it seems that everybody is set up and ready to go. And as a reminder, it is Midtown for OUG.
Nice, we're getting in, we're getting in.
The streets of New York, which is on the East Coast. We're on the West Coast in Los Angeles, and Swamp Gaming have never lost here so far this year. Mostly because I don't think they've ran into Team Liquid all that much.
You no longer have to listen to Ryan and I talk about football, which is proof definitive that there is a god.
Yes.
Look at our cosplayer here. That's a fantastic Loki cosplay. We're going to get stuck into our bands real soon, and I'll give you 2 guesses what the first band was from both of our teams, Ryan.
It's Mantis, who has not had an opportunity to be played at all so far. But OUG picking the map starting on attack, which is typically the go-to, going to protect the Magneto, which both teams did. Usually it's like one or the other, but the Gambit was a little bit later in the day. And a mirrored ban, so we'll see if there's any divergences so far.
Well, Mag is incredibly powerful in his like ground and pound compositions, you know, where you're just trying to kind of sit in the way of the mission with 3 Vanguards, 3 strategists, and just say, hey, if you want to get past this, you've got to come up with some real innovative maneuvers to break the amount of biomass and healing that we've got standing in the road.
Rocket has sort of climbed up the ranks. Like, Loki being banned out this early, it was the same over on Domination, but like certainly more when you get to these convoy maps that it's a little bit more in place, but this is a ban that happens at the same time, and both teams decided the thing doesn't deserve to be in the server, potentially for the whole of this series, if we see Swamp Gaming win here.
I mean, the thing with the
Man, I really forgot this place
like
called.
the additional area of effect on those stone haymakers is absolutely ruinous towards these triple compositions, because you can hit multiple players at once, which really strains the overall like accounting of healing that you want. Our fans here are so enthusiastic. We're so glad that you've come to join us, Los Angeles. Thank you for sticking around for Swamp Gaming versus OUG. Coming up after this, we're going to have elimination games, Ryan. So if one of these teams loses, they are immediately in the danger zone with very little chance of respite.
We see the home team of 100 Thieves playing up against Gen G after this as well.
Boy.
One of them's going home. It feels like we've only just got here. But obviously OUG fighting for their lives here to stay in the upper bracket. Otherwise, it's going to be Rad, who I can see in the corner of my eye, just sitting and just enjoying a little bit of peace. Not the warm-up scrims, just making sure
there you go. I like that.
Time to regroup, feeling like they want to just get an eye on what their opponent's running.
Having a chat with Finzi, maybe getting a little bit of additional meta insight as to what to do with some of their Vanguards after a successful series from them.
I actually don't know where it is.
Over Ultra Gaming, they will complete their phase here. Seems like Groot and Mag are going to be available for both teams, so we might just want to slow it on down, Ryan.
Yeah, so the main
When are you competing in the competitive scene? Who, me?
No, UG gets invisible.
Never.
Woman, so it feels.
Oh, you guys are talking to someone in the chat.
This is the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
It feels like, hold on a second, how we're better than this. Left it out in the day, but I am interested to see what Swamp Gaming are running here. We've seen a lot of the Penny Ultron, both are available, and I'm already seeing Krasman.
Me? I am never competing, chat. I love streaming too much, man.
But I don't quite see the Ultron on this team just yet.
And maybe just preferring the continuous cycle of the Mortal Coil that is given over by the Battle Recall Beacon and the Cocooned Revival, as well as the Karmic Revival of Days. Of course, this is one of the reasons why Loki was such a high priority ban.
He's too scared? Yes, chat, I'm very scared, man. I am very scared.
You know what? I fancy yet another phase to this fight.
The attack is the 2-2-2 setup with Illicit going over to the Wolverine. Has the other melee options available. Seeing if he could just leap out and pull somebody out of position. But Swamp Gaming haven't lost here neither of OUG across the year. That's going to change for one of these teams.
All right, who goes close to the bumper and gets bumped? Has already been laden up with mines by Krasmang, but it would appear that the Magneto is going to be the one who's the primary victim of that, and he has the health bar to absorb all the incoming damage.
Just churning up these ultimates, but already Dazed and Scat Genji taking a lot of damage. Soulbond having to be used to just make sure that it's divvied out a little bit more, but Melophobia in the high ground means
I actually completely agree with you, Joy State. I think what a lot of these pros are forgetting is that being a pro, I mean, it depends on what they want to do in life, but being a pro is not going to last forever. But being a pro is a really good way to get your name out there and build your own brand. But you can't just be a pro and not build your own brand. Like, if you're a pro, you should build your social media, build your Twitch chat, build your stream, because not only is that going to be a fallback plan for you, but it's going to make you more valuable as a player.
There's the team of Black Panther that we sort of expect to be seen consistently, and that's exactly why when Shion gets absolutely...
I think a lot of people just don't think about that.
Large pull in, and then the body block on the other side. It was curtains before it even began.
Now a chance to maybe rethink some of these options. You haven't really had a good chance to sort of build up the ultimates or really do much of anything for OUG. This high ground has been in pretty good company with Melophobia up there. Now it's going to be Daze that has the mobility to actually get out of dodge if he does get pushed a little bit longer. But Kraken's Impact, a lot more ultimates for OUG ready to go.
Sorry, Cookie with a dream. Sees Forky Dog towards the back. Knows that one charge of that Bayou Bash has already been expended, but a CC immune group can't be grabbed by Barnet. Cook actually body blocks it for the remainder of the team, but Swamp Gaming coming up on their own
I judge all Bucky players.
Of options. Out comes the Raging Warrior Flush from the side of Forky Dog. Swamp Gaming just willing to hold their line right here. Up comes the Invisible Boundary and the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier in tandem here as all of the cues begin to be pressed. Swamp Gaming are yet to come up on even more as the Omega Hurricane begins to make landfall, chasing after Days, who's going to try their best to fly away. There needs to be some additional focus fire onto this, but the Cocoon Revival is still available.
Oh, what a block!
Down by Krasbank elsewhere. One player
I think it was the Emma on OUG. Good block.
But can take down the back that came through from the wall. And Scanner Genji is willing to try and stop this one here and now off the back of their ultimate.
It's just that OUG lost their duelists in the middle of that fight, so they didn't quite have the damage off the back of that Strangled Prison. Means that even though Dace was sent back to spawn, he didn't have the life cocoon to bring him back. He's able to just walk into the fight with the Counter Revival left alive for Swamp Gaming.
Daze still hanging above it all, ready for the Karmic Revival. Might leave over Ultra a little bit dazed in their own right here, as Swamp Gaming are yet to be evicted from their bunker.
Come on, man. Where's the hooks at, bro? You gotta show me the hooks. Gotta show me the hooks. Come on.
Are going to feel pretty comfortable. Invisible Boundary is going to be the way to engage on this, trying to catch people
Come
out of
on.
position, but Swamp just disengaged.
Cookie can't really find a victim here. Really wants the Emma. Frost and these Scalagengi will go down, but now Daze has to make a decision. Is he going to tell everyone else to feed on in so they can get revived instantly? Scalagengi's been brought back by the Battle Recall Beacon on the other side. Time to see if you're dazed and confused or if you're lucid and competent. And over Ultra Gaming.
What the hell, bro?
Spades here trying to rebuff the resurrection.
Dude,
fight.
what's wrong? Dude, there was not this many like problems yesterday. No, chat, it's not my shit, bro. It's not my shit. If it was my internet, I would be lagging too on stream. I'm not lagging.
Fragging power from those spider cannons. Taro Cookie wondering, do I want to try and invest into this? It's too dangerous a prospect to dive in on the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier, so you wait for the other side instead. But the stuns and the suppression of the ultimates could spell doom.
It's looking really dicey for OUG now. This has basically been a 4-minute fight, trading ultimates, but all of the eliminations going towards Swamp Gaming. Now you've got the ultimate Kraken's Impact gone.
Yep, no chance for a reset. Spider time has begun, and Melophobia still has the Meteor M to play with. Jumping around, the Invisible Boundary's nowhere near the cart right now. Overtime still will continue to tick on down as Daze has been found by Svold. A quick melee from Susan Storm. A couple of acorns put on the ground, but you're going to need more than nice nuts to get past this one. As Melophobia says to nut up or shut up, dragged on in. They're slapped by the winds of the storm. The Omega Hurricane has got something done. Taro Cookie's returned as well on the Psylocke. You can't get inside of a cyber web sphere that have been lamed down by Krasbang, but finally over Ultra Gaming seem to have found their opening.
Is there going to be a chance for like a portal? You've also got the Wolverine being able to come out, but there's only a slight wick left of overtime, so any push off from OUG is going to end this map unless they get to this first checkpoint.
That's why Daze has moved over now onto the Wolverine, just trying to make sure some manner of emergency overcomes over Ultra Gaming. Get rid of Ninja, get rid of Win Chuan, who has the only ultimate to play with here.
Are they going to touch? Yeah, they touch. They touch. Okay.
Rebuffing the aggression of the Wolverine, has access to the Sonic Seduction, gets on top of the bus, but will it be a bus ride to victory here for over Ultra Gaming, or is this the end of a line, the last stop with no...
They can't get off, bro. They can't get off. If they get off, they're C9ing it again. Nah, I think they cap it. Wow, good.
Away, but Taro Cookie's done so much. A pull-off of the group, but Illicit hangs above it all. The Omega level mutant finds
nice, nice.
Able to get things moving, and that's a good testamental for OUG, right? It's 4 minutes basically fighting outside of your spawn. You start hearing the Araya of the Opera singing for overtime, but you're able to sort of dig deep, find a little bit more, and find the picks when Swamp Gaming seem to have all of the cards needed to make that full hold.
Taro Cookie going to be dangerous in the neutral here, having moved back over after that momentary foray onto the Psylocke.
Maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable with a double hit scan. You got some high ground to work with, but this is a point where things could get held.
Oh my God!
From Daze to find exactly what they needed for Swamp to regain
oh my God! That Wolverine flew in there, picked everyone up, and just brought them all back. Jesus Christ!
The Ironwood Wall. That's going to come up in VOD review.
Yeah. I didn't mean to, guys. I'm sorry. He's just looking, expecting Days to just jump in for that fight. You'd expect this one game, it might just give it a little bit more of a window. But similar to what I was saying about Yggdrasil,
I am really surprised that OUG did not ban Wolverine. I'm pretty sure later on in the tournament, like tomorrow, chat, when we watch this team play again, teams are going to ban that Wolverine. And I don't know if Swamp Gaming can do anything without the Wolverine, man.
If they need it. And when Juan can't get value off the fully charged mag cannon, that's going to be the triage given over. Goodbye to Svold. Svadagengi says, absolutely not. Your aggressive invisible boundary is rejected.
I just like that when Xion is just like stood in the
They
hallway,
can?
it's very much
Not really, Chad. Do you guys not remember Team Liquid Citadel against Swamp Gaming?
And it's usually in New York when it comes to always. It's Daredevil being the strong one, but Apex
Team Liquid
Predator means
Citadel.
this is a nice counterattack,
Oh
and that
no,
is
what the
most
hell just
climactic
happened,
balls
bro?
I've seen
In the
my
middle of a
history.
team fight when the Ultra
Look
being
at
popped.
Focky Dog and Valentina Eve. Both of them popping out their ultimates here. We're seeing the Raging Royal Flush come out to cleanse the CC on the Magneto and free them from the Glartrox.
That is tilting, dude. That is tilting.
Not only are they using the Gambit ultimate, but they're using the Luna ult. Fate of both worlds in tandem. That should have been the triage that was needed to save Skadagengi. And this might be something that has some long-term consequences for Swamp.
I know Falks was saying like he expected this to be a fast series, but I think the technical pauses have ruined that at the very least. But yes, just it feels like one of those things like what happens next? A, Swamp are able to survive. B, Ultra Gaming actually push this and win mid-season finals. Just the whole thing.
Join us next time on Marvel Rivals mid-season finals to see if Skadagengi survives the onslaught of over Ultra Gaming.
But first, we have Danny Koo to talk more about Luna Snow. Now, more skins are plenty.
Oh my god, bro. They're making it a meme.
Like Saturday, like Danny mentioned on the desk, a lot of voice actors in, musical performances. It's nice to see like the esports scene isn't just on its own little bubble. It is just a celebration of Marvel Rivals in Los Angeles. We get to see a lot of stuff on that final day, as well as crowning who's going to be the mid-season finals winner and getting the fair share chunk of that $500,000 prize pool.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals has been a great opportunity to tell a bunch of new stories for some of these beloved characters, and we are ready to tell stories of our own, Ryan. So we have our own assortment of heroes in this lobby, and Swamp Gaming having come from just maintaining this core, believing in themselves.
J3, unpause the game. They're losing the flow state. Oh, yeah, sorry, chat. My bad. I forgot I was the one that was directing. Yeah, there you go, guys. Sorry. You guys should have just told me to unpause it. My bad. I forgot I had the power.
I will save you.
One of those like unfortunate pause timings for OUG because it means the Swamp Gaming have a bit of a chance
Sorry,
to
guys.
work out what they want to do in this fight. But it is now the attack in from the Strangler Prison and Kraken's Impact. That common combo is working out nicely for OUG.
And as we said, there were some consequences from that overlay. Valentina going to be reset upon here.
Sorry, they needed to take a little break so Taro Cookie can watch a J3 VOD on how to play Bucky.
Yeah,
sorry, chat.
Your actions
okay, now we're good to go.
But you've also got, again, the opera singers coming in. It means that overtime is a looming, and at least the payload is moving to a good opportunity, but this is where things can stand still if OUG can't find the win over here in Swamp Gaming in this next fight.
Which one could potentially deny Melophobia a reset off the back of the Kraken's Impact by eating up those Rotterstern shots. Days towards the back, wants to build up towards that final stand as they're 93% of the way there. Krasmag's falling low. Many of the heals have been eaten on up. There's no second chances for the
Nice, nice.
Whereas Days, they could potentially try and pull everyone off the cart by using their ultimate, but they're just being caught on every single angle that they try and take. A 2v1, a big bully to be found, and that's going to be a second checkpoint grab for over Ultra Gaming.
Really good fight, really good ultimates, and OUG starting to get into a position now where they're feeling themselves. In Swamp Gaming, it was like they wanted to go for the pole play. That's why Days was still there, but just Swamp like, we're just opting against it. We don't really have the opportunity. We're not going to be able to contest in that fight. But it's the fact that OUG don't have too much to work with in Swamp Gaming. We already saw a fast retake of the objective after they lost on first.
So we're going to have so many resources to try and work with here. Over Ultra Gaming want their best to try and capitalize on this momentum, but Days towards the back is really going to start cooking. Can they find an impact, though? Instead, they're just going to have to settle for the Groot and the invisible boundary on the other
I
side.
think they're looking for that now. But all right, that was a pretty bad ult. He only hit the Groot, though.
To that massive. Means that Daze can continue to play aggressive. A second they're healed up once again. Out comes the extra damage. The Raging Royal Flush. Melophobia looks towards the back. So Wenjuan isolated by a grab from the Wolverine. And looks for their own grab in turn, but doesn't want to send in even more resources given the Swamp Gaming. What in the world did Taro Cookie just ult? They are going to be shut down here. And that's going to be so many players.
What in, I love the caster, bro. What in the world did Taro Cookie just, I mean, he hit the, I think he hit the Wolverine.
As Daze continues to slash away with adamantine claws and raw rage in their heart.
That was not from my video, Chad. That was not from my video.
Scaligenge looks for a victim. The Meteor M could make downfall here, and they can't find Illicit, but on the other side, it's easy pickings.
This is descended into madness now as OUG are using this chaos nicely, but Overtime has hit for the third time on this attack. But it seems that there's more numbers on the point for Swamp Gaming. Just no ultimates.
Yo, what the hell's going on with YouTube, bro? Why are people like repeating?
Magneto has returned. The Scion of Krakoa will live for another day. Krasmang falling low in his own right. Illicit's gone down. Ninja too. Someone needs to stay on the cart at all times. And Wenjuan's just going to have to stand there like Braveheart himself. He's above it all, but he's taking this consistent
damage. He was waiting for the bubble to finish. Damn, dude.
That was erected by Magneto. She sees clearly and brightly with stars in her eyes, but Swamp Gaming have a victory condition.
They're going to at least look at each other and go like, okay, we almost got full health. We brought it to a respectable area of the map. I'm just surprised that we didn't see any like portal plays from anybody from OUG right at the end there. Even just a rocket just running onto point, hoping for the best. But it's just a Meteor M that meets him on the other side. But just looking at this, like Taro Cookie, 13 final hits, 24k damage.
I want to see the stats.
I thought he was going to be caught with his hand in the Taro Cookie jar when he went for that Kraken's Impact in such a like deep area of the map, but he ends up finding a lot. Where we see Swamp Gaming and Deus go for these like aggressive last stand ultimates to try to catch him by surprise, OUG go, hey, we were going to do that, and then also bring out a super aggressive ultimate. It's weird how these teams stylistically
Damn, Taro Cookie is popping off. 25-4. 13 finals.
We saw on that first point, after multiple first picks onto Swamp Gaming, this is a team that is very good at evaluating when something is winnable and throwing in the resources that are necessary to...
Daze only has 2 final hits? That's crazy.
That maybe isn't in your favor in terms of players that are currently active.
Lowest casualties is also going to be Disaster. He's actually going to switch over towards the Adam Warlock. So if he can just make it one elimination against him for this defense, then we could find ourselves to a surprise third map. I don't think it's too out there. It's easy to overlook a region that, you know, we don't even have an English broadcast for, right? It's just sort of like left to its own devices. But these players are experienced enough.
We have ourselves a Penny Ultron team up, and that means team-wide damage boost every 20 seconds, Ryan, and that is very dangerous.
I imagine that Swamp have been scrimming against this and have certainly seen it earlier on today with the likes of Team Liquid Citadel and Na'Vi. I want to see what their answer to it might be against the team that you expected to come out with the same meta ideas.
Question is for Melophobia here. Are they running the rocket team up for the unlimited ammo? Seems like that's going to be the case. Here comes the big turn. The shotgun is absolutely pouring out the damage. They switch over to Deliverance. Svold needs to be careful not to overpeak into this, as the damage coming from Melophobia is going to be supreme. But you can see that Melophobia continually has to be very cowed into submission on this angle as to not be taken in by the spider nest, and the AoEs of Daze will eventually overwhelm Ninja.
It's just seeing the Punisher also play, just stood on top of the trash bag. Just like the floor is lava, which is fine for the likes of Storm that's just got to hover over it. And it's also always been a good map for Storm to play on.
Swamp Gaming didn't really have to invest anything in terms of ultimates there. They're going to have the Cosmic Yarn Amplifier combined with Valentina Eve playing on the Cloak and Dagger and having constant access
Venom,
to Terror
interesting.
Extra vulnerability.
And again, it's no portal. They're just going to go on, use their legs and try to contest this. They might be able to, but it's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable as Ninja has to jump over to try and make this a crossfire.
Well, I, for one, am a fan of using the legs. Farewell to Ninja. This is such a good position.
That's a really good ult. I love the position of that ult. Wow.
Wide swing if you're ever Ultra Game to try and get any purchase
isn't
onto that,
Forky
and
Dog
Melophobia
like
smells
Forky Dog is one of the
like
he's a really good support player.
It's a very quick first point, and I'm a little bit scared.
I know this is very weird to say, but isn't Forky Dogs one of his best characters, like actual
it's not like Dr. Strange said, get the bus
Rocket? And ranked he only plays Rocket? Like, he has a really insane Rocket. Like, I know people are like, oh, how do you be insane at Rocket? No, like, he has a really good Rocket.
They didn't got that DLC yet. They'll get him eventually. Scalagengi slowly building up towards maximum energy here. The Venom is an interesting pickup here. It feels like Ninja and Illicit are going to have a lot of trouble getting in towards this backline. They still have to deal with the infinite ammo of the Punisher, and easy tracking onto Taro Cookie is very nicely punished.
Oh!
My goodness!
I was about to say, that's what I do on Punisher when someone's ulting, but oh my god!
I mean, Melophobia just trying to make himself hard to hit.
LeBron Jatero Cookie! Oh my god!
Unbelievable coup coming through from the side of
You know what, Taro? You guys can't read lips, but I can read Taro Cookie's lips. He said that was sponsored by Jay3. Can we get a W? That was insane.
Well, and Taro Cookie is just the one that's like, I'm gonna take this outplay and turn it into a flip of the objective. Great point to hold, but it's
I can read lips, chat. No, you have to trust me, bro. Trust me.
And you've got so many areas of the map to play with, you just can't overextend. And I'm worried about Illicit's position.
Listen wants to play the margins. Valentina Eve already down. Melophobia falling low in their own right. And Dave's just giving over this speed boost to make sure that, hey, if we're under-resourced, we're just not going to commit.
We now get to see a little bit more like openness for the game for Illicit. We want to see exactly what he's done for this OUG team. A second place finish in preseason before he joined the squad, and then champions over in China in stage 1 itself. Has a lot to do, and Mega Hurricane might just blow him away.
Oh, has actually found themselves down on the low ground. Is going to try and find the entry. That's going to be the invisible boundary right in the nick of time to make sure that Daze is not going to be able to grab too much. But Scalagengi and Krasbang are there. The Phalanx has surrounded over Ultra Gaming. And Illicit's been noted in the back as well. Just moves onto the car to keep it from moving too far forward.
You've at least forced like an early fight, so you're able to sort of contest this one again. Just force as many fights as possible, but you've only bought yourself an extra minute of time. Now you've got a damage boost ultimate coming in for Melophobia, and in a very close proximity of the map. He's not going for the Daredevil like team up to go for the, like the penetrating fire when everybody lines up, but it's a very early ult.
All right, already been given so many resources here to try and work with over Ultra Gaming. They've got themselves one on the point. Daze has fallen down to the Dance of the Butterflies. A 1-for-1 trade and a quick dodge away from the Rocket Raccoon should be good enough to keep things resurrected. Scalagengi looking for a victim, goes after the Venom. A perfectly timed symbolic resilience to manage to deal with the aggression of the Magneto.
You've got a touch though, it's so close to the end, and then just having to do it again. Feast of the Abyss was available for Ninja, but he gets eliminated.
Damn, I think this might be GG's, chat.
And now they don't have much
that might be
breathing room to work
GG's,
with
bro.
over Ultra Gaming. They could have their winners bracket run already finished here and now by Swamp Gaming. There's
I'm not gonna write it yet,
worth of give.
And so
not gonna write it yet, but I'm gonna get it ready.
To waste and fight here in the day. We sort of said it before, like one-sided Gambit versus Invis. It's not a good trade, but Svalda's found some major moments, and he's
no, this is not the last one, chat. We still have 2 more matches that are best of 5. So it's gonna take a long time.
Again, the Strangling Prison, and the Royal Flush from Valentina. That's a lot to bargain though.
This might be GG's though, because realistically speaking, look, Krasbang just has to hit a fat Groodle.
Wants to shut it down. Can they find the ball knowledge once again? Looking towards the back.
Oh, Scalagengi was trying to block that.
Using the extra momentum from the Gambit to take to the skies and get the blocking shot. And Forky Dog wants to be the last note in this one, because we aren't amplifier means there's so much damage to try and deal with.
GG's.
Over Ultra Gaming,
okay, don't get a little too happy, but I gotta do this.
Before the swamp tsunami that flows over them. And America's claims yet another win.
And it just means in the upper bracket now, it's Americas and Europe. Head-to-heads from each of the regions. Swamp Gaming will be playing Team Liquid Citadel tomorrow, whereas OUG facing off against Rad, who sat and watched all the way through this one. Maybe have a couple of ideas on how to go in their opponent. We at least saw OUG warm up a bit, but you have to say, Swamp Gaming's first debut